least amount of apologies. That's my life philosophy. And in order to do that, you kind of have to live your life a certain way. And so, whether it's working with horses, or it's visiting with people, or it's working with dogs, or kids, or whatever, I tried real hard to work with them, or visit with them, or do whatever the way that I would like to be treated. And so, as I'm working with Rocky here, or my horses or my dogs or whatever, basically all I want to do is I want to get to the end of the day owing the least amount of apologies. And so for that, what I'm trying to get to is, what do I have to do to help you do this and have you be okay with it? Okay? Now sometimes they're not okay. You know, that's life. That's the way it is. But the ultimate goal is to get them to be on the same page with us, so that the things that we're trying to ask them to do can become pretty simple. So that's my overview that I wanted to give you there. But I have always looked for. I was really lucky when growing up and working with horses. I was real lucky because I got started. I got the right start, just like you would have with a horse or whatever. And there was an older gentleman that lived not far from me who was one of the softest men with horses that I've ever seen and still have ever seen. And so I didn't know any different. All I knew was that's how you treated horses. And so that's what I did. And since then, life has kind of taken twists and turns, and you start ending up going this way and that way and one thing or another. But that's always stayed with me, that softness, but that idea of softness. And many years ago, what I did was I started training in the martial art of Aikido, which is a Japanese martial art. The word Aikido is actually 3 words in Japanese, and it means the way of harmony. And it's a defensive art that is basically has 3 strong principles in it. And the first one is that you enter into a fray instead of running away from it. You blend with it as best you can, and then you direct it to the most peaceful solution possible. Sometimes that may be just brushing somebody past you, and sometimes it may be something way more dramatic than that. And Aikido is a great martial art in a number of respects, and it's a very difficult art to master, and it's a difficult art to master because it's not like any other art in that you have to master yourself. Now, most arts are that way as well, but you can kind of get along in some of the other arts and be okay, and be really good, actually. And you can be really good in Aikido, but because the techniques are so effective. But in order for your partner to feel good about it, that's different. In order for your partner to feel good about what you're doing to them, you have to be really soft when you do it. You have to invite them to do things. You have to make sure that they can do it. And you don't hurt them when they do it. And that's horsemanship. And so when I began my training in Aikido, I've been doing it now for about 17 years. That was the main goal. And in the last 4 or 5 years, I've been training with an Aikido master who is extremely skillful at being soft, and being able to enter into your body before you even make a connection. Before you've even touched him, he's already inside you, and you're already going where he wants you to go. And there's nothing you can do to stop him. And you just want to go. And for me, that's the key here. And so whenever we start working with our horses, from my perspective, I want to be in there first. And I can't do that unless I'm in myself first. And that's a big, big key in horsemanship. Big key in horsemanship. Because a lot of us are not even inside ourselves. You know, we're thinking about dinner, and we're thinking about, you know, the bad grade that the kids got in school, or the good grade that the kids got in school, or we're thinking about, you know, is somebody watching me, and is that, you know, what are they gonna think of me if they see me? And you know, and it has nothing to do with nothing. You know, because we lose the important part, which is, you know, my partner and I, and how can I help my partner feel good about what we're doing, or at least trying to do. And again, we don't get it right all the time, but nobody does. What fun would that be? We got it right all the time. So when we're thinking about these things and kind of playing with it, and it's a hot day today, which is why I'm not kind of running him around today. He's in the middle of a 2-month stretch away from home, and after we leave here, we go to Nashville, and then after we leave there, we go to New Hampshire, and then after we leave there, we go to Colorado. And so it's a long year for me, and it's a long year for my horses, and I have to make sure that we take care of them.